up, everyone? Jordan here with another MJRL Hobby Stuff video. Please hit that subscribe button so that you know when it's time to hang out with the boys. I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Michi's Toy Box. Go check them out on the Instas and the Facebook so you can get your Gunpla in Hawaii. Today's review is an out-of-box review. You can go see the build videos probably here in the card. I did 2 live builds of this guy. Was it 2 or 3? Putting them together. Pretty cool. The Batman plastic model kit from 2021. Quite a beast of a kit. It is in the Figurize standard amplified line, which I guess is, well, they're big. He's kind of beefy. Check it out. Here's everything that comes in the box. His cape, the figure, and these 2-finger Batarang holding hand. That's one hand that's in there. The other 2 are these standard whole hands. And here's his cool cape wing pack thing. Okay, let's get in. First and foremost, the detail on this Batman is just out of control. Every little nook and cranny has a bit of detail that is just mind-blowing. Comes in gray, black, and gold, as well as a little fleshy bit for his mouth and white in the eyes. Interestingly, this is the Batarang, so you got to go in with a little something and kind of pry in underneath it and pop it off. And there you go. So there's gold plastic underneath there, and here's your Batarang that can hold in the 2-finger Batarang hold hand, something like that. So if you want to pose him ready to throw that thing, kind of looks like that. Moving on to the articulation, he's pretty darn articulated. Double neck joint, swivel in the head. His chin's a little pointy and his collarbones kind of stick up, so a little bit difficult to give him the full 360. There's a swivel here, as well as a C-clamp here, giving you some lift and some swivel. The shoulders do butterfly pretty significantly. The next shoulder joint is on a ball joint. Then there's a swivel at the bicep and a nice double joint at the elbow, but his forearm gauntlet is huge, so he doesn't really get that close in. And a ball joint there at the wrists. A little bit of hip action, nothing to write home about. These hip flaps, I guess, are connected at the back on a little ball joint. I'm not quite sure why they're like that, but you can give him that. These hip joints are pretty nicely flexible here, all the way back, all the way forward. The knee joint has got this cool sectioning action, so you got these epic double knee bend, as well as this cool little pokey bit here. Watch out for that. And the ankle is probably the weakest thing. It's just a simple ball joint, and there's these skirts on it, so it doesn't really give you that much play because it bangs into those skirts. But otherwise, he's a pretty awesome kit. Okay, moving on to the backpack thing. All right, here's the backpack detached. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these thin plastic fins. They kind of feel like it's just a very thin, semi-hard plastic. It comes pre-creased, so you know you have to fold it slightly to get them to seat correctly. And if you want to, you can clip them directly into the backpack with these little tabbies, and you get this huge bat wing effect, like so. These guys are intended to come off and can act as extra punchies for Batman, because they have these handles here that flick out, and you can attach it to his hands. That's what those holes in his hands are for. They're supposed to attach to this. Yeah, so pretty cool. I think there's a little bit of rotation in here, but you don't really need it. You basically fold it flat, fold it up like this, or expand. So there he is, all put together, backpack on, Batarang finger, ready to roll. Quite impressive. I mean, look how many inches he takes up across the mat here. Pretty huge. But I felt like there was something missing in this kit. So I went and I got some Lycra from my local Fabric Mart, and I fabricated myself a bat cape. Simple slit down the middle, big circle, and I'll show you what. So I wanted his cape to be totally able to drape all the way down to his feet. So what I did was I had a big square of Lycra, and I laid him on the Lycra like this, and I marked his feet down here, turned him 90 degrees, marked his feet down here, turned him 90 degrees, marked his feet down here, turned him 90 degrees, marked his feet down here, and then estimated what the circle would look like. Cut it out, then I put a slit down the middle here, and I'm just going to show you how to get this on. Pull the neck right off, poke a hole here, right there. It's actually easier to go neck first, in, flip it, and then drop the body onto it. There we go. And there we go. Bat cape installed. A little crooked, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go. So it drapes completely over his shoulders like that. It can drop all the way to the ground. And yeah, it's pretty cool. If you open it up, it gives you this. I gotta cut the scallops in the corners, but otherwise I think it looks pretty cool. I still felt like it was missing something. So I went with the Ultraman Ace. He's got these giant punchy arms. And I thought, I wanted green Kryptonite gauntlet gloves for Batman. So I took those and modified them slightly, painted them green. This is what I came up with. It's not the greatest paint job. I was kind of lazy and just hand painted it and it got kind of gloppy. But basically this is the Ultraman Ace fist. You have to grind down the nub a little bit. And this is the two halves of the Ultra Punch. And this is a spare bit from a Strike Gundam shin bone that I put in there as a spacer. So what I did was found some polycap joint that I was able to get to stick on there. So you go one side this side, take off the fist, one side that side, one side this side, clamps on right over the gauntlet, right over Batman's claw fins, and then plug the fist on. Come on. There you go. And then Batman has his green Kryptonite punchy Superman in the face gauntlets. This is actually glow-in-the-dark paint, but it's really weak, actually. I couldn't figure out how to make it super glow-in-the-dark. So at the end of this video, you'll see some pictures of it in the dark, and that's what I'm trying to show you. But yeah, there you go. That is the Batman Figure Eyes amplified because I added a cape and green Kryptonite punchy gloves for the fun of it. Anyway, this is Jordan. Leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, and a share if you've watched this, built this guy, and tell me if you've made any mods to him. I saw one guy out there, he did a really cool Batman Beyond mod, painted it all black, put red LEDs in the chest and the eyes. That was really cool. Thank you so much for the view. I'll see you next time. Peace.